Bricks and Minifigs, a Lego resale company that's reportedly worth around $400 million, has pretty much destroyed their reputation for $200,000 worth of Lego sets belonging to an 83-year-old man. And all they had to do was give it back. But they didn't, and that decision has snowballed into a series of unhinged events involving arrests, lawsuits, and even theories that the Mormon Church is involved.
Search warrant. Stand up. Step outside, everybody. No. Don't move.
This is the story of how I got swatted, all because of Legos.
They've also filed a lawsuit against Reckless Ben, the YouTuber who tried to help the owner get the sets back, and the guy who first uncovered this whole scandal. So in this video, I'm gonna give you the long story short to get you up to speed. Now, it all started with a man named Bryan Mansell and his father Ed, who spent about 15 years putting together one of the most valuable private Star Wars Lego collections out there. Around 780 sets, over 1,200 minifigures, all sealed in box, worth about $200,000. So Ed was getting older and his health wasn't great, so the plan was to sell it off and put the money toward the grandkids. So in late 2023, they took it to their local Bricks and Minifigs in Keizer, Oregon, and signed a written consignment agreement. That means the store sells your stuff for you and takes a cut, but you still legally own it until each items are sold. So the Legos stayed Bryan's property right up until the moment of sale, and Bryan would get 65% of the sales. The store even posted about it on Facebook, and for about a year, it worked fine. But then, in late 2024, Bricks and Minifigs Corporate, known as BAM Franchising Incorporated, terminated the franchise and took the store away from its owners, a couple named Crystal and Ben Gorman. The Gormans said they were forced out under threat of police, given nothing, and pushed out the same night.
A guy named Brandon Best showed up on a Thursday night and demanded the keys. They threatened us with the police and promised to do an inventory and compensate us. They said they understood there was a large collection on consignment and acknowledged they were taking that over.
Because taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment market.
New operators took over, and when Bryan came to collect the unsold half of his dad's Lego collection, they just told him no. They argued that Bricks and Minifigs doesn't allow consignment in the first place, so the contract didn't count, so the Legos were now theirs. The problem is, if the collection was never supposed to be there, then it was never the company's property, and the obvious move would be to hand it straight back. But they didn't do that. Instead, they kept it and started selling it off, allegedly. Then YouTuber Reckless Ben, real name Benjamin Schneider, got involved and built an entire investigation around getting Bryan and his dad's Legos back. He took Bricks and Minifigs to small claims court in Oregon and won by default judgment, meaning the company didn't even bother to show up, so he won automatically.
Since they didn't respond, you can move forward with a motion for default judgment.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Yes, since Bricks and Minifigs didn't respond, looks like we win by default.
The company's response was to shut the store down entirely, so there was no business left to actually collect the money from.
Literally one day after we filed motion for default judgment, they permanently closed down the store.
A company that reportedly pulled in over $95 million in revenue last year would rather close a shop than pay an old man with a court already said he was old. Allegedly, with the store closed, Bryan now had to sue the new operators personally, two men named Josh Johnson and Brandon Best, who live in American Fork, a city in Utah. Before he could file, the legal process required him to show he genuinely tried to settle in person first. So in March 2026, Reckless Ben traveled to Utah to do exactly that. The operators apparently wanted nothing to do with that, and every time Ben got near them, the police showed up. And the police showed up a lot.
This happened.
Dude, the police just showed up. What the heck? Why are the police at his house?
Oh, there's another one, dude. 2 cop cars.
3 cop cars?
Oh my god. Cop cars.
Why is there 3 cop cars at his house? We didn't even walk up to his house yet.
Over a few days, Ben got pulled over for a stop sign, even though he actually stopped at it.
My name's Oscar. This is American Fork Police. The reason I stopped you is the stop sign. You didn't stop that.
I didn't?
No.
I thought I stopped.
Yeah, you definitely stopped.
I actually requested all the police footage of this. And as you can see, we didn't even do a rolling stop. We fully stopped at the stop sign. So this is an illegal traffic stop.
He got searched for around 3 hours over a drug tip that turned up nothing.
The police apparently got a call that we had heroin on us.
This officer's substances in the vehicle. Really?
Obviously, they found no drugs.
So, we didn't find anything.
I explained to the police that we didn't have drugs, and the reality of the situation is that Bricks and Minifigs is so desperate at this point that they're willing to do anything to get us arrested so they don't have to pay for the property they stole.
Then they raided the Airbnb he was staying at on a warrant based on a neighbor claiming he'd overheard talks of stolen Legos.
Included in the warrant are Legos.
Yes. The police department got an official warrant to search our house for stolen Legos. I should have seen this coming. Josh did threaten me in the last video.
Hey, fuck you, man. You stole them, bitch.
I stole the Legos?
Yeah, you're a fucking thief.
Dang.
Okay?
Okay.
You can shut the fuck up. That's your fucking choice.
Anyways, the cops probably felt pretty stupid when they searched our entire house and didn't find any stolen Legos. But instead of doing what any rational police officer would do and let us go, they're sticking to their story that we're the thieves.
On top of all that, Ben got arrested for stalking while carrying out the exact legal step the system told him he had to do. He was later released on bail, but the police attention didn't stop there. And we'll come back to how that went. Now remember the claim that Bricks and Minifigs doesn't allow consignment? Well, the former owner posted the actual franchise agreement, and it plainly stated that franchisees may offer consignment services. Then the Gormans leaked audio from the night corporate took the store. In the recording, a company executive named Key McAllister, who was the director of operations at the time, told them that fighting back would be expensive and painful, then added this.
If you fight this, then you're putting yourself into a whole lot of shit. It sounds like a threat, and I can acknowledge you feeling that because in a way it is.
So the company's answer to all the backlash was apparently to sue everybody, including a racketeering claim, which is a law originally written to take down the mafia and now aim at a man trying to recover his old man's Legos. As for the Mormon church part, American Fork is a heavily LDS town. LDS being the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, more commonly known as Mormons.
The cops are probably a part of.
Yeah, Brandon Best, Joshua Johnson, and Eamon, the CEO, are all super Mormon. Like, the CEO even went to the Mormon University. And when I looked up all the police officers who were treating me unfairly, they were all Mormon too.
And they take care of their own, man. They're like a huge clan that takes care of each other.
And instead of trying to get rid of the few bad people who are making Mormonism look bad, they're for some reason choosing to protect these criminals.
So Bricks and Minifigs Corporate put out a long public statement calling the whole thing a coordinated viral extortion campaign, and then the American Fork Police Chief, Cameron Paul, released a 26-minute soft-spoken ASMR video defending the department.
My name is Cameron Paul, and I am the Chief of Police for the American Fork Police Department. I'd like to address the members of our American Fork and Cedar Hills community regarding some videos currently circulating on social media that have been...
I legit doze off halfway through the video because the guy just sounds like he's reading a bedtime story. Anyway, the strange part is that while defending his officers, he basically confirmed a bunch of things. He admitted the drug search found nothing. He admitted the raid seized nothing. His strongest point was that Ben's dislocated shoulder x-ray appears to show the wrong shoulder, but that doesn't account for officers repeatedly turning up to stop him from legally serving paperwork, which was the thing he was supposed to do in the first place. So the chief's video did the opposite of what it was meant to do. Coverage of the situation went massive. Moist Critical or Charlie posted multiple videos about it, and a lot of other creators are talking about it as well, so the backlash landed on both the company and the police department. And the CEO suddenly appeared on a podcast to apologize to the family and offer mediation. And as of right now, there are reportedly about 3 separate legal cases running across 2 states. A district attorney in Oregon is reviewing the original transaction. The GoFundMe for the family has passed $200,000. The CEO has apologized but is reportedly still suing everyone, and the family still doesn't have the collection back. So nobody has actually been to trial yet, and new updates just keep coming. In fact, recently, Patreon CEO said that Bricks and Minifigs requested to remove Reckless Ben's Patreon account. And Patreon CEO here said that they rejected the request despite legal pressure from Bricks and Minifigs. So anyway, I cut out a lot of detail to try to keep this short, sort of. And the full story is genuinely bigger and stranger than I can fit here. So go ahead and watch Reckless Ben's videos for the deep dive on everything. He did the real work, and his coverage is where this whole thing started. So yeah, that's the situation so far. Like and subscribe, or a random corporate company will take your Lego sets away. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you around.